Update. Boyfriend speaks to me like he speaks to his kid. Just wanted to post an update. I know not many people saw the original, but here's the link. So the other day, just like comments advised, I spoke to him about it. We're living separately now because of lockdown, so we communicate over the phone. I said I wasn't comfortable with the language he chooses to use with me and I found it condescending. He got incredibly upset and cried for about an hour, said he was sorry and he didn't mean to condescend. I could also hear him hit himself in the head many times during our conversation, saying he always does things wrong even though he tries so hard. According to him, he only used this language because of how I presented. Elaborating, he said he calls me little and tiny because I am little and tiny I'm not, and that I acted like a kid because I had teddies. I had one before he met me that was given to me as a present. I can get excitable, I can get whiny, but I'm no more childlike than anyone else my age, and no one I've known before has ever said this about me. The only thing that really made sense to me was that he said he talks to me like that because that's how he likes being talked to when he wants to be comforted, therefore he projected that on me, except he used it all the time, not just when I needed to be comforted. I'm not sure, but it seems to be an exaggerated reaction to something as simple as, I don't like being addressed as X and would prefer Y instead. It's really difficult trying to have a serious conversation with him because it causes a heightened emotional response every time despite my neutral, non-confrontational tone. I asked if we could talk again and he texted back that he was having a panic attack. Any advice would be great because I seem to be going around in circles. Girl. Get out. Please. Genuinely worried for your safety with this dude. So instead of acknowledging and validating your feelings, he shifted the blame onto you, then cried for an hour while hitting himself in the head. Ooh boy. What is good about this relationship? Welcome to a glimpse of the rest of your life. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Imagine feeling like this, and dealing with this until you die. Now exhale. Are you really staying in this relationship? How has he handled other disagreements? Okay, so other people are saying there are red flags here. And while I agree, is it possible that he lives in some sort of perpetual age regress state? Has he ever mentioned any childhood trauma or something that might have caused this? Yikes, he's making excuses and also making you feel bad about how you feel is now affecting him, rather than trying to help you feel more comfortable. Even if it was just a habit, and even with reasoning, if my girlfriend expressed something as simple as the language I address them with making them uncomfortable, I'd immediately work to change it, while letting them know it may take some adjusting. I'm sorry, but your boyfriend sounds like a manipulator. You come to him to discuss something you have a problem with and you end up comforting him. That's just not right. Frankly, I don't see how you can still be in this relationship. I think you need to leave. He's a walking red flag. Girl, take this lockdown as a blessing and just end it. He's damn near 40, crying and getting hysterical over a simple conversation. I'm sorry you're going through this. Yeah, I don't think your boyfriend is anywhere near mature enough and emotionally intact to be in a relationship. Especially with this overreaction to a simple discussion on how you want him to address you. Edit. Just read all your other comments. Yikes. Run. Yeah, he's not someone you can communicate with. Even the gentlest criticism turned into a huge thing. I don't think he's got the emotional maturity to even really have a relationship with. I'm wondering if he's into that adult baby thing and was projecting on you. Because that's all really freaking weird behavior, but that could be an explanation for why he's like that. Either way, get out. You deserve someone who treats you with basic respect and decency. Dump him. So instead of understanding how you feel and accepting it, he just sat and cried for about an hour like an infant. Real charming. No, really. Sounds like he needs to grow up. He needs to hit himself harder in the head. Sounds like he's trying to manipulate you into daddy little scenario without your consent. He's using your guilt to get what he wants. You're allowed to have boundaries about how you're referred to without him having a full-blown tantrum. I have PTSD and autism and often hit my head when severely triggered, but I would never do it like that, and if I did, I'd be trying my best to rectify the situation after, as that is completely inappropriate and manipulative. It makes the situation about him and his pain instead of your own issues that need addressing. A former partner of mine would have a panic attack anytime they were backed into a corner. It's a way for them to escape confrontation. Do take note of that. As for how he speaks to you and his reasoning, it sounds like that is the dynamic he is used to and needs to change it. I had a partner who got angry quite a lot and told me of how fighting was normal and healthy with their past partners as they would make up afterwards. This may or may not apply but comes to mind. Sometimes we accept the love we think we deserve. You should not be in a relationship with a man who scares you or makes you feel afraid. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is a friend and it's telling you, alert, danger, get out. You gotta listen. He doesn't sound very stable. Sounds like you might want to look into histrionic personality disorder. It manifests in overly provocative behavior, exaggerated emotions, and an increased need for attention and approval, which he seems to be exhibiting. If he does have the disorder, various treatments such as CBT and group therapy have shown to help clients realize how dependent they are for others' approval and find inner self-satisfaction and become more self-reliant. Since you indicate in comments that you don't want to exacerbate his trauma by breaking up, I have a few suggestions. You could shelve your relationship problems until he is able to enter therapy again. I would strongly recommend finding someone who will see you together for a couple of sessions specifically as a strategy for you as a couple to address relationship problems. If you state a clear goal with a psychologist, such as, I want to be able to address problems in our relationship without XYZ, e.g. him cutting, then you have a better chance of getting that accomplished. Therapy, generally is so open-ended that a solid goal is helpful. Please leave his manipulative ass. Run. His response is severely concerning. Get out. You gave him a chance to change and understand. Instead he insulted you by basically saying you're a child, and from my point of view tried to guilt you into staying. I am just trying to comfort you. No, he's not. He knows it bothers you and is trying to make you feel bad for not appreciating his efforts, which is total BS. The fact that he was having a panic attack might be true, but it may also be a lie. Again, the timing makes it very likely that he's trying to guilt you. It's also very normal that abusive, toxic persons try to flip an argument. You going into this to talk with him about it and him flipping it around so you're the one who should feel bad, which you shouldn't, is concerning. You deserve better. He is manipulating you, and you are letting it work. Please get out now. And when he threatens to self-harm, which he most likely will, involve the authorities. Do not answer his phone calls but save any text or message from him. If texts, just don't delete. If chat logs, save them by screenshot, or likewise. Then send them to authorities as proof for your concerns. Do not let yourself be manipulated to stay with this guy. He does not respect you and he is not ready to work on his issues. Call the paramedics if you think he may hurt himself, but I would break up as soon as possible. He does not seem to be in the right place to have a relationship right now, and you are not obligated to stay with someone who doesn't treat you well. Run. This guy is not right in the head. Any partner that stoops to emotional blackmail should be dumped on the spot. Ew. I can't believe you're still there. He obviously is attracted to young girls and you look like a young girl. But you won't look like that forever, so he may dump you for an actual young girl. Don't be stupid. I'm 5'1", sleep with a baby blanket, and look like I'm 12 on a good day, and my husband has never spoken to me like a child. Get out of there, that dude has a screw loose. Run. Based on your replies to other comments, you need to find a new BF. Please leave him. His reaction is to manipulate you into apologize for calling him out on his poor behavior. Once you have apologized, that means you were wrong and he can keep treating you however he wants. You're being manipulated. Like teddies, and I have many. Seems you have way more than one. I think you might be very childish. No woman I know has teddies plural, except the sexy kind.